Hall of Fame. Big box sale.
Y'all must have forgot.
Y'all must have forgot.
In the booties.
Attention.
Yeah.
Friends came in at 1.
This is a mega.
It's a weekly wrap up.
It's paydays.
Judge on the panel.
Very competitive.
Jan!
T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Fight.
Yo, hey you going, it's Leonie Shan, and welcome to I Ain't Got My Buttons, I'm on location, and I just realised I haven't posted this to my community tab, which I'm going to have to. Welcome to Come Box with Shan. Look, I'm so used to going, nothing to press here. We're in the booties in. Ding, 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 ding. What's up, though? So you know where we're at, the weekly wrap-up, shiggity, 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 where? The shiggity show. If I can find it. Where are ya? There we go. Let's go. Feels mad without my buttons. I need my buttons. I never do it with headphones either. This is wild. I'm out and about, so I'm actually at a hotel. Had something to eat, been out all day, so thought let's just do it on location. You bring a laffy, you bring your little light, what else? You bring your pal that helps you, and everything works out good. We're introducing. So let me do the members only roll call. So I'm so lucky that there's not many people here. They're like, what's this bird doing? Let me just let me get the members only. Let's have a go. Let's see what's it looking like out here, man. In these YouTube streets. Got a special panel guest member as well, which I'm excited for because he's great. He's wicked at what he does, and I shall introduce you in a minute. Oh yeah, I haven't got the. I'm just gonna have to read you lot. I ain't got the thing. So I'm just gonna have to do it like that. So shouts out to the members: Donald Banks in the Buddhism, E Black in the Buddhism, Team Fatty in the Buddhism, TNBN in the Buddhism, Andre Noble in the Buddhism, Eric J in the Buddhism, Sean Antonio in the Buddhism, Reese Walters in the Buddhism, Nino Nation in the Buddhism, Ahmed in the Buddhism. Born Vex, oh, you got to be happy in the Buddhism. Everyone hates arses, okay, in the Buddhism. MT in the Buddhism. Actual Hechos, ya tú sabes, in the Buddhism. Daniel Agnew, what up, Dan, in the Buddhism. DeCorleon J, do you remember, in the Buddhism. Carl Young in the Buddhism. De Niro Sparta, in the Buddhism. Mr. Pads, what's he doing? In the Buddhism. Cooking with Sir Senior. What up, Sir Senior? In the Buddhism. Carl Anderson. In the Buddhism. Expect the unexpected. In the Buddhism. Down 1983 in the booty scene. Ricky Ricardo, mi hermano in the booty scene. Modern King Boxing, King Ryan the Don in the booty scene. Mark Niggity Nash TV, what up, Mark? In the booty scene. Zara K, what up, girl? In the booty scene. Introducing the fight, fair figure. Leon Figures in the booty scene. Don't touch your bum in the booty scene. Dub right side in the booty scene. Stephen T in the booty scene. My sister that never fails, the Queen Lisa Bells in the booty scene. Nesta Bedford in the booty scene. What up, bud? What up, gangster? Retro boxing and documentaries, blood boxing in the booty scene. Con Shawnery, what up, Con? In the booty scene. Art to the Let, Harlem's finest in the booty scene. D-Style Boxing, mi hermano también en el edificio. Ya tú sabes. AJL Day in the booty scene. Charlo in the booty scene. King TJ, RIP, he's still a member in the booty scene. Upload type el primero en el edificio. Ya tú sabes. And last but not least, Wales' finest, Dr. P in the booty scene. Okay, so we did that. We did it. Okay, and let me just get the banner before so I can pay my undivided attention. Banner. She is I and I am her. Oh, banner. All right, what banner are we going to do? Okay, let's just use this one. Because you know what's been happening. I hope you guys have had a great day. And, you know, in wealth. And if you're doing horrible things, make sure it's in stealth. Right? So we've got, is Ryan Garcia the face of boxing? We're going to have to talk about this. Let's just go. I love all difference of opinions. Nobody all has to agree with nobody. It's whatever the weather, you know, but I've got some thoughts on that. I've got to put this up on the community. Is Ryan Garcia, because let's see what Tank's got to say about that. He never was anyway. Garcia, the face of boxing. Face of boxing. Is he? And then we're going to talk about also, we'll go through the ORTIZ. Have I spelled this right? ORTIZ versus DULORME. Oh God, that was a listen. And also, who else was there? We had Jose Ramirez, didn't we, against Barthelemy. God, that was crazy. We're going to talk about it. Versus ORTIZ versus, my mind's gone blank. Who did ORTIZ just fight? Hang on, ORTIZ just fought. Oh yeah, DULORME. Sorry, DULORME. I always want to call him Richard, but I know his name's Thomas. I'm not sure why I do that. I'll say, yeah, Richard DULORME. No, girl, it's not his name. His name is Thomas. Get it right. Kaboom. There we go. Okie dokie. So, I'm introducing. Introducing. We have breaking it down with Hakeem Haynes. Ding, ding, ding. AJ all day. Ding, ding, ding. Kenny all day as well. What up, down?
Good evening.
What
Here
up,
in the
down?
UK. In the
Hello,
UK.
my jet.
Yeah, you might.
It's 11 in the UK. What time is it
Huh?
in where you guys are?
I'm in Canada. Let me just introduce Hakeem. So this is Hakeem, guys.
What's going on, everybody?
Yeah, this guy. I've been watching him since he popped up on my YouTube timeline. How long? About a good few months now, isn't it, Hakeem? How long?
Yeah, we've been trying to do this. I guess since last year now. Sometime.
Yeah, for sure. I know, and I just saw one day your breakdown pop up, and I clicked on it, And I was like, oh, I like this. I like so I like sub, and I was like, oh, it'd be nice to get him on the show, and then we trying to get it done in that. But I've been watching ever since, and his channel is just amazing. Guys, please just go over and subscribe. He'll give you some good betting tips with his breakdowns. Like, how
you doing, man?
Yeah, he's great. So go ahead, Aki.
I appreciate you. Thank you again for having me again. We've been trying to do this for quite some time. To answer your question, it is where I'm in America right now, so it's 5:42 p.m. So it's
Why don't think he was in Canada?
So I more times than not I'm in Canada, but my wife is down here, so I moved to America. So
what part?
Charlotte. I can't do this. I can't do the Canadian winters anymore, lady.
I know, it's crazy. North Carolina. You're in North Carolina then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, you did say that. Right. Yeah. Listen, Canadian winters. I went there once. I was like, oh hell no! I got arties at a couple of arties there.
You got to go at the right time. Summertime is wicked. It's great.
I went in summer. Yeah.
You can't. October, November. It's not really a place you want to be, unless you want a weather shock.
Yeah, I went there just as it was turning winter, and that was enough for me. I've been in the summer. I've been to Canada maybe 3 times. Once to Vancouver, that was just for work. None of my family lived there. Then Toronto a couple of times, and that's where my family are like. But I grew up in Staten Island, New York, back and forth there to the UK. So and even in New York, them winters, they're not good either. So it makes London feel tropical when you guys have your winters. I tell you that for free. But yeah.
Well, when I used to compete over and go to the UK, some of my favorite time. The UK crowd is, what's the word I want to use? Passionate is what I'm going to say. Very, very, very passionate crowd over there.
Yeah, we are. Can you give the audience what do you do? Because you do a few things, mister. So give us your background.
So I used to run professional track and field, Team Canada and Puma. I've been to 2 Olympic Games, got a bronze medal in 2016. But mainly what I do now is speak. I'm a motivational speaker. So that's where the core of my finances come from. But it's been the recent years I've been getting into sports commentary. It's a lot of political side of things. When it comes to that in Canada, I felt like I should have got an opportunity to speak during the Olympic times to the commentary there. And so I kind of understood, as many of you guys know, I'm sure as well too, there's politics in almost everything. And so rather than waiting for the opportunity, I just felt like, man, I'm going to create it myself. And to me, it's just going back to, even though I did track and field and I played football, my favorite sport is boxing. And so when I came to Canada from Jamaica, I saw an old school Tyson fight, right? And Mike Tyson back in those times, early days. What is he known for? Knocking cats out. And that's what I like. What I'm saying? That's what I like. And I was just like, man, I don't know what this boxing thing is, but it's exciting. But then I like it also because it's a metaphor for life. Right. And so there are times in life when you get hit and you are faced with the question of, am I going to get back up, or am I going to take this 10 count and just live to fight another day? So that's where I gravitated towards it. But it's like, I'm going to take the risk on myself. And then I just started making stuff off the channel. And here I am. I try to give an unbiased approach to it. I try. But the topic that you have today, Lady Shad, man, I got a question for everybody before we even talk about this moving forward, man. So
can I just give you a round of applause though for those accolades? Let's go. Come on.
I appreciate it. But we're not here to talk about me. We're here to talk a little bit of boxing, man. I'm just I'm grateful to be on here today, and I look forward to hearing everybody's thoughts on everything. And just learning a little bit more about each of you, man. So much respect and appreciation.
All good. Hi, Kenny Ken. Hi, AJ all day. Sorry, I feel like I didn't acknowledge y'all.
Hello.
Yes, it's
How's
been
it
a
going?
mess weekend. I like your title because I think it's going to. I think we
God,
should
yeah.
hold on that title because they are falling against for that feeling because you say no, but
No, you don't know what I said. I haven't said nothing yet. You jump in the gun there, old Shan. You jump in the gun.
We can do a whole show about Ryan Garcia, but Jesus Christ, had he not won, we'd have to find someone else to talk about, isn't it?
We shall see. So we're going to dive in, and it's time to dive in.
In the building. In the building.
That's right. So let's talk about it. Ryan Garcia. Is he the face of boxing? So I'm gonna pass it to Akeem first and foremost.
I think whenever you talk about Ryan Garcia, like there's more that comes with it, especially in these recent years. But before I answer that, let me because we're gonna talk about the Devin Haney fight and everything that comes with it. Let me ask you guys, how is it? Are you able to compartmentalize the fighter and judge him based off what he's doing in the ring? Or do you have to take into play all of the stuff he's doing on the outside? Does that go into any of your mind as you're talking about Ryan Garcia? Just curious, what do you
Great
guys
question.
think?
Do you know how to differentiate the fighter from their personal life? With Ryan Garcia, I think he brought his personal life as to be a part of the lead up to the fight. So therefore, it was kind of hard to kind of separate the two. Like my favorite fighter, for instance, Floyd Mayweather. I think he's amazing in the ring. The stuff that he's doing out of the ring, I don't like it. But is he still my favorite fighter? Yes, he is. So with Ryan Garcia in this matter, I can't separate them, I'm afraid, in this because he's brought it as a part of the lead up, if that makes any sense.
Yes. And what about you guys?
AJ?
I try not to differentiate his his private and his personal life, but but not in this instance, no, because I honestly haven't been paying much attention to him, and especially in the lead up to the Devin Haney fight. I kind of just tuned out for that, and I just wanted to enjoy the fight as a whole. But no, not in this instance. No, I don't really differentiate much of what he does in the ring from his personal life. It has made him more. It has brought more attention to him. I don't know if that was a part of his plan. It probably was in hindsight, considering that he beat Devin. And a lot of people probably thought he wouldn't. But no, I don't really differentiate much from his personal and private life. No.
Kenny Ken?
The thing with boxing nowadays is that we've had discussions where we're saying that not enough boxers have the personality. Not enough boxers are selling themselves. That boxing's been, it's falling behind. Where YouTubers you can't even slap properly, let alone punch properly, are headlining shows, and they're making a lot of money through pay-per-views, and ticket sales. And one of the things that our fighters are lagging behind is they haven't got a personality. They can't sell tickets. And these people like the Jake Pauls are making the money, and KSI, all these sort of guys. So when you think about is he the face of boxing, the thing is that you can't discount that, because one of the reasons why Ryan Garcia has had a bit of notoriety is because we don't like the fact that he's got so many Instagram followers, millions of Instagram followers, Twitter followers. That's part of his psyche. That that is what Golden Boy promotion are trying to do. They're trying to set the face of boxing because he's beating Dan Haney. Plus, he's got all these followers, his social media followers, and whether we like it or not, new media is the thing now. Every company is using new media, so I can see why Oscar's trying to do it. I don't know if he's going to sell him to a Spanish audience because the guy can't speak Spanish. But he'll give it a try, because I think that's when you talk about the face of boxing from someone from the UK. I always say that the community that's going to revive boxing in the US are the Hispanic community. You know, your Mexicans across the California Mexico border, and you know, your Texas and Mexico border, and obviously you've got your, you know, your Cubans in Florida, and you've got your Puerto Ricans in New York. So it's the Hispanics who you're trying to look to. He's Spanish, but he can't speak
He's Mexican.
Spanish.
He's not Spanish. He's Mexican.
Yeah, but
the language is Spanish. He's Mexican.
But he's far removed from, you know, any sort of Hispanic heritage. He can't speak the language.
No.
You know, he's as far away as, in terms of his, you know, the only Mexican culture, you know, I can see from mine is his family. You know, his immediate family. But in terms of how I've never seen him promote his Latinness in a way that I've seen other fighters do. Oscar's gonna.
Porque él no habla español. No.
Well, you speak better Spanish than you speak better Spanish than
español también. Muchas gracias.
Lady Ken is more Hispanic than Ryan.
Oh, I need my buttons. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. So like, I could think of to keep it short, I can think of a couple guys who I think are more of a bigger face than Ryan Garcia when it comes to it. But it's also like, what to me, like, going back to my time in track and field, to make a team, you got to run, like, there's a criteria. There's a certain time you got to run. There's a certain date that you got to run. And I just feel like sometimes in boxing, like, what exactly is that? It's talked about a lot. Oh, he's the face of this, he's the face of that. But it's like, well, what exactly is that criteria? And I don't think there is one. I think you tune into a Ryan Garcia fight and you can't deny it's a very numbers world. Like, the man's social media is crazy. And he knows what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? Because I think he is that. I think everything that he is and all the thoughts that he's had, he brought everything out in this fight. And so I think if he wants to be the face of boxing, man, I don't really think he's global like that to me. When I think about the face of boxing, the name comes to mind is Canelo. Whether you like him or not, whether you want the fights whether you respect the fights that he's taken or not, but even people in different places across the globe know, I know Canelo when he fought so-and-so, he fought Florida, the case may be. So I think it just depends. You know, whenever I think about the face of boxing, even back in the day, I think about Muhammad Ali because he transcended the sport. I don't think Ryan Garcia has transcended anything other than the fact of.
No, I mean, and also just to add something.
Listos pe los chingazos. Listos pe los chingazos.
Whatever that means.
Like you mentioned two names that you said that are the face of boxing. I was actually going to say Canelo was one. Is Anthony Joshua the next name?
Yes.
How did I figure that?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Canelo and AJ on the different sides of the Atlantic.
Like, AJ is one of those cats where, like, and again, like AJ is a big draw over in the UK, absolutely. But even on this side of the world, it's just like, you know, you can make arguments why you don't like Ryan Garcia more than why you like him. AJ is a very likable cat. You know, he trains hard. He works hard. You know, he does all of the things that you would want a champion to be when you think about it. America is a very forgiving place. Like, you could do a lot of things that a lot of people might not respect on one scale, but he's great at what he does. So that kind of overpowers everything. And that's why I think Ryan Garcia is going to be in the discussion. But is he the face of boxing? To answer your question, Lady Shan, for me, no.
Well.
Yeah.
So he's not the face of boxing.
Isn't boxing dying in your country?
What's that?
Isn't boxing dying in your country? All right, why don't you rephrase it? Is he the face of boxing? Why don't you just rephrase it and say, right, can he bring back, you know, American fans back to boxing? Because the impression I get when I watched you know, boxing in the US at the moment, it isn't at its peak as it was when I grew up watching the sport. Like, for instance, in the 80s, you had the four kings, the middle, you know, who, you know, they went from lightweight to middleweight, you know, in terms of like Durant, got Hagler, full-blown middleweight. You've got Leonard, who was a welterweight, went to middleweight, and Tommy Earns the same. And then obviously Mike Tyson brought back the heavyweight division and made it sexy again. Apart from that, boxing, since Floyd Mayweather's, retired, boxing in the US for me hasn't been a great sell. And for instance, your fights, with your boxers, they don't really do. I don't know. When was the last pay-per-view we pay-per-view? Apart from last week, normally a lot of your fights are pay-per-view, and people in this country will pay to watch these fights. It doesn't matter whether it's 5 o'clock in the morning. Now, if you talk fast forward to 2024, not many British fans would do that, and that's why I think Ryan Garcia, the person to save boxing in America rather than being the face of boxing. So maybe you should replace that, because as a UK boxing fan, I'm telling you right now, if I was like a UK casual boxing fan, I wouldn't get up and pay any money to go and watch any of the fights in your country, because I'm not getting the names I was getting. I'm not getting Ali. I'm not getting Leonard. I'm not getting the Four Kings. I'm not getting Mike Tyson. I wasn't a massive Evander Holyfield fan, but I like Rickett Bowe. I'll get out of bed for him. Where are the next American fighters that are going to put America back where it belongs as the maker of boxing? Because right now in the UK, I say it. Obviously it's a late night show. We're pissing all over you. We're pissing all over.
Yeah,
that is true.
All right. We need some friends, Kenny. Just cut them some slack.
I'm trying to say to them, get it back. I'm saying, come on. What you want about? Come on, America. What's going on?
I speak as a cousin for America because I'm not American.
Yeah.
But
you like us, you English, but with a Canadian accent. It's all right. We got you.
The magnitude of the times nowadays has changed so much, man. People aren't going to pay for certain things. Like I wouldn't pay for certain things because the way how the cards are set up, man, everybody wants to make money. And I think that is the main thing. Why we're not getting those fights that we used to get back in your time, because the best don't necessarily always want to fight the best, right? It's not about titles anymore. It's about how can I make the most money? It doesn't matter who it is. I might fight one or two guys that people might want me to see, regardless if maybe they're washed up a little bit or they ran a little bit, but it's a money game. And I think because it's a money game, the heart and the determination of it sometimes is forgotten. So I think that is the question. When are we going to see the big fights on the American side? I think that is what we're trying to figure out. Will it be answered? I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Muy interesante. Also, we have got King of King Boxing that has joined us, and Katie King. I'm on location, so it's no sound effects that much in the booties. What up?
Hey, what's up, though? How you doing?
Okay, what up?
What's going on, man?
Boys, how you doing, fellas?
We good.
But I can't just further add to that. And in terms of Ryan to be called the face of boxing, he's got a lot more to do. He's got to beat a lot more bigger names, especially in his weight class. And I think he has to probably move up and weight and do the same thing if we're going to actually call him the face of boxing, for him to surpass, Canelo or AJ, stuff like that. It's like the difference about them. They beat like all the top guys and the champions. And Ryan hasn't really done that yet.
Doesn't beat anybody.
He beat Devin. He just beat Devin, but he didn't get his belt. You know what I'm saying? So that would have been a step.
The thing that I'm finding a bit hard to stomach. It's all these rap tunes that have now come out back to back. Shouts out, we got Clarissa Shields with her tune. Now we got the only this is the only rap tune from a boxer that I acknowledge is you know who it is. You know who it is.
Roy Jones Jr. Remember that name? Y'all must have forgot. Y'all must have forgot. Y'all must have forgot.
In in. Y'all must have forgot. Yeah, that's the only rap tune that I acknowledge. Now we've got Ryan Garcia. He's come out with a rap tune. And it's like, listen, who did you beat? Did you beat Mike Tyson? Because you call him Devin Haney. Like he's nothing. He's a bum. So why are you celebrating so much? It's either he's a great boxer, and that's why you celebrate that you beat him, or you're celebrating, or he's a trash boxer. What you're saying, but why are you celebrating so hard that you beat him? Which one is it? It can't be both. Pick one.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like I wish fighters honestly wouldn't do that before a fight because, like, if you call the guy a bum, you beat him. Well, you beat a bum.
Exactly.
Should we give you credit for that?
Yeah.
How many times has Tyson Fury done shit like that when he beat Deontay Wilder, saying like, he did the opposite actually. Like he said he didn't rate him at all before he fought him. Then when he fought him and beat him, oh yeah, he's the number 2 guy, the greatest puncher of all time. But you were saying
nobody
that
else
fight.
beats him. Yeah, nobody else beats him other than me. Then Joseph Parker enters the chat and whoops his ass. So let's Fury. King of King, KOK, talk to me.
I think the underlying issue, if you consider yourself the face of boxing, your primary reason people should know you is because of boxing. And Ryan Garcia, if you mention his name, he's probably like he's popular in different circles, but some people probably don't even know he is a boxer. Some people think he's dead. So he's all over the place. So face of boxing, I think you just like your main criteria is you need to be. That's your number one thing. Even with the Roy Jones, he had other talents, but at the end of the day, he's a boxer. That's what he's for. That's why he's the face of boxing. I know you as a boxer. That is a poker table guy. That is a weirdo on
TikTok.
Explaining the Illuminati, not modeling shoes, not all this other stuff. Now the boxing just have to be coincidence because you lucked out on one, but you were really like this close. Like you would have. We all expected you to lose. You pulled it out your hat. That don't make you great all of a sudden. I mean, it just upsets happen. Doesn't make you the face of boxing. So I think you have to be like the reason you could kind of when people think Canelo or AJ, it's not like you think, yeah, they got other things going on, but primary you think their fame is linked to them being proficient at boxing. They're the best in their division or they excelled at their division, they're elite at their division. Nobody thinks like that. Even right now after him winning that fight, I still like, man, like bro, I don't think you could just beat anybody. Like I seen 2 dudes in the ring last week that I probably give a chance to beat you up. You know what I mean? So like everybody wants to collect the it's like this generation is so lazy. They want a participation award. They get one big win. I'm the greatest of all time. No, you got to show me more, bro.
Clean out the division, yeah. You got a lot more work to do. And then
Payday. You want payday. I know that.
Here's the funny part. Even with your win over Devin is still more accomplished than you. If the rankings went down right now, guess what? If I had to rank y'all, he's ahead of you.
100%.
Yeah.
You don't clock somebody for a loss and say look, Mike Tyson got knocked out by Buster Douglas. I do not think Buster Douglas is one of the greatest heavyweights of all damn time.
Yeah, no, we didn't.
It doesn't work that way.
One hit wonder.
Yeah, and we know this way again.
I mean, so we got to keep it real.
So, what I was going to say is basically with Ryan having this win over Devin Haney, where would you put him? I want to ask Hakeem because we have already kind of discussed this, but I would like to get Hakeem's take on it. Where would you put Ryan Garcia in the one? Well, we don't even know if he's staying at 140, but just keep him there for just a minute. Where would you put him in the 140-pound division?
Correct me if I'm wrong in this, everybody, but has he actually ever fought at 140?
Never.
No.
Right.
Oh,
He's always been at a catch weight he's always been at 147 for real. He even said that.
He's been within the welterweight limit every time he's fought.
Yeah, that's true.
I think it's kind of tough to really say because he's never fought that. Yeah, but I mean 140s are still an exciting division, man.
Stacked.
I kind of said this in my breakdown and when I did my live on it. We talked about the 4 kings, right? And it's always being mentioned with Tank, Shakur, Ryan Garcia, and Devin Haney. And I think when you think about their skill set, I think Devin Haney works harder than most of those guys. Like he's a guy that works hard. Ryan Garcia is probably the most naturally talented out of them. Well, I'm not going to say out of all of them, but he's more talented naturally, I think, than Devin Haney. And
I don't know. I don't agree with that. I hear this being said, and I'm not totally sure. I think he has the natural. Okay, what? Because he does the fast hands and he's really good. Does that make him naturally more talented or does that make him a bit more athletic than Devin Haney?
Yeah, well, athletic does mean
athletic. Yeah, athletic. Yeah. Athletic. Yeah.
No, because you can be talented at something, but doesn't mean that you're it. Like there's Mary J. Blige and there's Beyonce. They're both talented. One's talented and one's more of the technical. You could say they're both talented, but do you understand? One's technical and one's a talent. She's a raw talent, but talented nonetheless. So I don't like to put like Devin Haney isn't as talented as Ryan Garcia, or Ryan Garcia is more talented. And I just think it's in different pockets. But go ahead.
I think what he means by that is more like
I just think he's more athletic.
Something he don't have control over. Like Ryan naturally is born that fast, that big. He didn't work to do none of that.
And he's a naturally bigger puncher.
Yeah, he's just naturally faster and stuff like that. Okay. So that's kind of like more like you're like.
Okay, so naturally talented in that way.
Yeah, his is manufactured. He has to take the lunch pail to work. And
got you.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead. Well, sorry.
Yeah, kind of more athletic. Again, going back to my background, like I've seen some cats who I work harder than them, but they're way more naturally talented than me. And I think at 140, I mean, at the amateur, they were 3-3. Man, honestly, I think Devin Haney might have overlooked him a little bit. And I think he was probably asking the same questions that many of us were thinking as we're watching the entirety of the build up to the fight. Like, is this cat really here, like mentally? Again, this is a guy who pulled out of a fight because he was talking about his mental struggles. And so it is only because he was saying, man, I don't know why people thought that I was crazy and this and that. But I'm like, bro, it's only.
You was crazy 2 years ago. Yeah, you was crazy 3 years ago.
Some of the stuff you were saying was crazy.
And you was and you pulled out being crazy the last time.
I always try to watch the history of a person and the history of a fighter, because that'll give you the answers more times than not. And so when people, man, remember after the fight unfolded, man, there were people in my comments talking about like, man, I just knew Ryan Garcia was gonna stop him. I knew he was gonna. I said, well, first he didn't stop him. That's just one. So you weren't really. And like, man, I knew he was gonna knock him out. Man, I knew he was gonna catch him with the left. And it's like everybody was saying the same thing. We knew Ryan has got a dangerous left. But where was he up here? And from the history that we've seen of Devin Haney, there's a better catalog to see what Haney's going to do on the night. But that was a different Haney. And I think he might even have overlooked him a little bit. And you got to question his corner. You know, usually they come in a little bit more prepared with cues and what to do. But Bill Haney seemed a little bit discombobulated on the night, man. But before I pass it to you guys, I mean, you look at the champions, Teofimo, Sabriel, Devin Haney, and Pitbull Cruz. I think he still comes in fifth there for me.
Yeah. You think Ryan Garcia comes below? You think Ryan Garcia comes below Pitbull Cruz? Isak. Oh God, I put him at the bottom of that division. He's too small.
He's not even in the top 10 in the range.
Yeah. We didn't even put him in. Yeah, we didn't have him in the top 10. We did a top 10 show of the 140 division, and we couldn't have. Isak was like 12, if that.
I mean, I was telling the lady, Chad, it's like the ring knows that he beat an absolute shit fighter to get that belt. So like they just excluded him.
He beat Rolly Romero. He beat Rolly.
You talking about Isaac Cruz?
Isak.
Who ranked them on that?
Oh no, the ring.
No, Akeem is saying that. Akeem's thinking that he comes over Ryan.
I'm talking about the champions. And you know, and also after this too, like it makes you think, like, because for me it's like, well, what is Ryan Garcia's next fight going to be like, right? And if he thinks that he can get away with the stuff that he's been getting away with in the training camp, and people were saying he's not really taking it seriously, it wasn't his greatest camp. It's like, man, talent can only take you so far until you get put in a position where you fight a guy stylistically who's going to make you dig, right? I think Isaac Cruz is very one-dimensional. You know what he's coming to do, but he going to make you dig. And on the night, if Ryan isn't ready to dig, and he's going back to that old, drinking a bottle a day and going partying, and you might have a bottle a day too much, and the party might be too hype, and you get into the position where you don't have the strength, so 140 is tough, but I still don't necessarily say like, what's next for him? I don't know. He can't even make 140. So is 140 really the weight for him?
So let's just talk about 147, I guess. Where does he fare well there? Because I see him getting knocked the fuck out up there.
Yeah, agreed. Like he don't beat Boots. Like he need to cool off that. I don't think. Yeah, he ain't beating Boots.
And I'm not. Yeah, he called out. Well, he called out. I think he called. No, he called out. He called out Terrence. He called out. Who else was the cat that he called out that just fought the other day?
He called out Sebastian Fundora too.
Fundora, yeah. He called out. He's called out a fool, but he's called out.
He said he knocked out Earl Spence after that thing with the Derek.
He's calling out everyone from 140 to literally 160. He called out Anthony Joshua as well.
Oh God!
You called that AJ?
Yeah. Just sleep.
Please get the fuck out of here, man. It's my night.
Yeah, stop it. Like we're not down with your shit. Let me just do this super chat real quick. Sorry, King Rhonda Don, I massively appreciate you. So let's get the British bugles out, shall we? Okie dokes, Modern King Boxing. Thank you for dropping that $2 on your girl. Done them season. We don't need a reason. This the queen. A straight treason. Down. They're like, subtitles, please, except for Hakeem. He's my Jamaican brother. We understand it. Hakeem, we're the Jamaican ones today. It's usually me on my own.
You already know what it is.
I know, we know what it is. We know what it do, but it's all good. But go ahead.
Sorry, my bad. Yeah, my bad.
Go ahead. You go ahead, AJ.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Akeem,
but also like before this, let me just right quick. What was your prediction? Did you pick Devin to win or Ryan?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, same. Okay, I did too. I picked them to win.
I think 99% of the world picked.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, but me, like everybody on here, we picked them to win on. We picked Devin to win.
On stoppage, I feel embarrassed.
Oh no! I was favoring. I was favoring on points for me.
Me and Julius,
the points for me.
Me and Julius believe every time.
Jules picked him by stoppage.
Yeah, no. Me and Julius picked him by stoppage, and the last time I picked him to beat by stoppage was Prograde. Because it was such, I got roped in. All right, he dropped him. I got roped in. Listen, I just should know. The dude don't got no power. He don't got no power.
At this stage,
but I thought, but I thought because of what him moving up to 140 and him dropping program, maybe his power's developing up at 140, 135. He drained 140. He's getting into his man strength. There it is. And then so I thought with this fight, I was like, yeah, he's going to stop him. I'm never going to bet on a Devin Haney stoppage again.
Don't do that. Yeah, Devin doesn't normally stop people at this stage.
He hasn't stopped someone since 2019.
Yeah, Antonio Moran. I think that was the last.
That's exactly who it was.
Yep.
Listen, but go ahead.
But yeah, just in the lead up, I was favoring Devin on points. To illustrate more further on your point that Devin may have overlooked him, I do believe that's true because I think he did say that he was going to stop Ryan or knock him out. I'm like, okay, I don't think that's going to happen. So, I think he kind of went a little far there. But the problem is, Ryan, Devin got away from his game plan entirely. He fought Ryan's fight. There was no movement, no jab. Every time Ryan was exploding with combinations, he would just stay in the pocket for some bizarre reason. I don't know why he would use his legs. He
was trying to prove to us that he's a banger.
But Chan, do you remember what I said? I said Devin is going to have to be on point for this whole fight because Ryan's speed and explosiveness makes him very dangerous.
Crazy. Yeah.
And what happened?
What he was doing, he was trying to please us.
Exactly. And when he did that, my fears came true. Like Ryan exploded off with left hooks, combinations, and Devin couldn't handle it. He couldn't take it. He couldn't take what Ryan
had. It was the flurries. And my point is I had to disagree with also Julius, and Julius was saying that that basically Devin should have been the guy on the front foot, being the pursuer, being almost like the pressure fighter. And I was like, no, because that's not what he does.
No.
What
He
you're
doesn't
supposed
stalk
to
guys.
do,
Yeah.
you're not the stalker. What you need to do is fall back, be the counterpuncher, be on the outside, box the brawler. We all know.
Let Ryan come to you. Walk him in
Let
the
Ryan come to you. Then you counter off on that. You win a boring fight, you still got the W.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's it. Don't care about us because we go about our day and we're still 50-0 and 100-0 in these streets in our heads. It don't really matter. We ain't real boxers. It doesn't really matter. But you and your record now, because you tried to please us, because he tried to do that also with Linares. He tried to kind of do that with Jojo Diaz, and you're not in the pocket fighter. And as soon as we saw you with the Linares, when he got cracked by my Venezuelan brother, I give him credit that he didn't actually go down, and people ragged on him for that. Like, boxers aren't allowed to be shaken. But seeing what happened in this fight, I don't know if your chin's not elite. Your chin's not elite. To be elite, you're gonna have to have some kind of elite punch resistance, an elite chin. But I'm not sure how much it is to do with the fact that he had to boil down all the way to 140 because he looked dead and dry at the weight. I don't know. That's just my thought.
No, you're perfectly right though. Oh, go ahead, man. My bad.
No, you're good. No, you're good. Okay, go ahead.
I got shades of watching that fight, feeling like when I watched Tim Bradley fight Provodnikov. Like,
oh god,
completely stupid. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
He was saying that Tim Bradley was talking
but he thought that was going to be a tune-up fight too.
Hey, no, he fought that fight completely wrong because there was sometimes at that weight that he didn't have great power like that. He was a very skilled boxer, very defensively sound and hard nosed, and he fought that fight completely. Like, there's no reason for him to have ever got dropped or touched or anything in that fight, but he fought it completely wrong, just to prove a point. And kind of, Devin fought the fight that, like we all said, the one way that he possibly could lose, he fought that. Like, I thought of everybody's just thinking this corner's just talking mess. He's going to something like, no, he's not. You're not. That's stupid. Why would you do that? That's the only chance he has of winning, and that's exactly what happened. And then I just feel like his whole corner got outsmarted. The whole team got outsmarted, man. They just got completely out. Like I said, I was telling y'all, Ryan's not crazy. That motherfucker's a manipulator, and that's exactly what happened. He played everybody. He'd been coming in overweight on fights multiple times. He could have told Devin a week ago, so Devin could have quit trying to make weight because the title became irrelevant. He didn't do it. He forced him to drain himself down, and he went in there basically with an advantage and put work in. And you can see how, like, people think that last 3 pounds means a lot on your body. You hydrating 100%. With water and fluid is not the same thing as you dropping them 3 pounds to make weight. It's
that's
just completely different.
Yeah, that's facts. Yeah,
man, when I saw that man go into on the scale with a beer in his hand, I said, bro, this man is not. He had no intention of coming in on weight.
No, he didn't. No.
And I was like, yo, what's going?
I mean, and Akeem, I say this because, like, if you would just made weight and done the same thing you did in the fight, you'd have won the title.
Yeah.
He would have had a belt.
Yeah.
Hakeem, could you just look in the private chat real quick? Just so I need to wrench you up so you can so I can put your channel down as a link.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I can only do that if you're a wrench holder, which I like all the guests to be wrench holders, because especially content creators, because people come in and pretend to be you, but they'll throw on something else and it's not really you. So I do that just to make sure it's kind of like I know who's who. So, as well. Hey, UGC Flame. Sorry, go ahead. My bad.
But Chad, let me ask you this question. I kind of want to pick your brain about this. I don't entirely disagree with you on the notion that Devin that has that doesn't has a chin. But if just to peruse on the fact that, like, to be fair, he did fight a guy who's a big puncher.
Yeah.
So would he have to have more fights in the future to further convince you of his chin problems? Because, like, let's take out to Beterbiev, for example, right? He's been down a couple times. Would you say Beterbiev has a chin?
No, but I would say we can see Beterbiev had a chin. Yeah,
right.
Has a chin. But yeah, I get the point that you're making.
Right.
It's also down to, I think it's just not even just the chin. I think it's just also it could be just it's the chin. But we've seen Wilder go down with a shot to the body, and that to me is punch resistance.
Right.
But your punch resistance is gone, not solo, just your chin. And I think when you boil yourself down, whether you get attacked first, or whether it be the chin or the chin check or a body shot, your punch resistance is the thing that holds you up the whole way around.
Right.
And I think his one could be compromised.
So maybe his punch resistance, his affected, maybe not so much his chin per se, because every time he got dropped, he got up. I mean, but it's just that, like, he just couldn't take the shots.
He just couldn't take the shots. But like you said, I'm going to need to see him in with other people. I mean, we said, whoa, stay away from Matias. Why did we say that?
I mean, we weren't saying that after the Regis fight, were we?
No, we wasn't. We was like, I was like, he could outbox Matias. I think I think he'd be as long as he boxed from the outside. Matias comes in. You know, Matias can be a bit. He can be a bit messy. He could be sometimes not as accurate as possible. He can get a little bit untidy and smother his work at times. But if he cracks you, he cracks you. So I gave Devin a great chance of being able just to box from the outside and maybe just stay away from that. But when I saw this, I hate always changing my opinion based on one fight. But unfortunately,
I mean, hey, that's the saying. It's like you're only as good as your last fight. So I mean, but Matias is like, his offense is his defense pretty much, and vice versa. That's what it is, because he's not easy to. I mean, he is easy to hit if you try, and he's actually been able to. He's shown a decent chin. I mean, I'm not sure how. Like, I think his opponents were a lot of his opponents have been decent punchers, especially his last two with Ponce and Shohan Urgashev. They had very high KO percentages, and he took the shots well until he like got in the second gear and just stopped them after like 5-6 rounds.
Yeah.
So but just with Matias' offense as a defense, and I just think based on what I saw now, Devin don't want them type of problems with him.
Hasn't the Matias loss?
Yeah, he does.
And how did he lose that fight?
It wasn't it a points? Wasn't it a points?
He got outboxed by
outboxed. Yeah, it wasn't. He's never been stopped
or something like that. I forget. And then he comes out like saying, you know, he was going through some stuff. He was high in camp and all these different things, man.
Yeah, we don't.
But
care.
I think like,
we go with the bullshit.
Yeah. And again, I don't like when fighters do that, man. I think.
Yeah, we're not with the Book of Wilder.
But I think if Haney fought Matias, he would fight his fight, right? Because of everything that we say about him and what's been said. But I just think in this one, man, he overlooked Ryan Garcia, and he found himself in trouble. And when he got dropped one time, well, now you are facing, man, holy crap, what wasn't supposed to happen happened. And then he goes on to win the next 3-4 rounds, and you're thinking to yourself, at least I was just like, man, okay, he seemed to find his groove again. And then he gets dropped again. And then the look on his face the second time, it was just like, holy crap.
I was actually wondering if he was going to get up from that, because he stayed down for quite a while. Like, he looked like he was really hurt. He didn't have his legs. Honestly, Harvey died. He could have been stopped in that fight. I mean, like, it could have been away, because he fell down several times after that. But I mean, but he showed tremendous heart.
But are we also not forgetting that Devin actually renegotiated that fight after Ryan Garcia blew the weight? And so at the end of the day, we can't have any excuses.
You did the rest. You still went on with it. You did.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's not necessary. That's the thing about it. That's not a necessary excuse. I don't think he came out and said anything about the dude being heavy, but us.
No.
Yeah, he did. Did.
Okay, but even us as fight fans are aware of you. Just because you gave, just because Ryan gave you some more money, didn't change the fact that he still negotiated advantage that should have never been put into the fight. Like a
no, it shouldn't.
And so, like, if we fight it straight up and like you fail, and I have an option between one, canceling the fight, which Devin's not big of a name to do that. He cancels the fight, you ruin pay-per-view, like a whole bunch of money gets screwed up to the point he's not even getting an opportunity to do it. So it's not even like he's saying, it's not like he could just say, hey, yeah, bring what's his name in here. He's not that kind of star. Like if we talk about, I'm not saying but if it was a Mayweather and Duhak came in and they found out that he had did some bullshit, like he'd be like, okay, well, who I have in my undercard? Oh yeah, bro, let's go ahead and elevate him, and he still sells the fight. Where Devin, we still don't even know what the numbers are. That's the crazy part. It's been like a week. We ain't no rumors.
Article did close to $1 million. That's what I heard.
Yeah, so You talk about if they change that out, do we even think that it does close to $1 million? No. So they're like, he's put him in a situation where he was going to get some more compensation, but still, Ryan and them knew what they were doing. So it's not even excuses. The reality, he came in overweight without actually trying to do anything, and you could see the difference. Like I said, when they stood next to it at the beginning, it's like, I'm like, what the hell is Ryan? What division is Ryan fighting in, bro? This is like he walked up to Devin looked like a little guy. It was like Aesop Cruz versus. I was like, who is that? I thought he was the same height I'm like, I did not know he was that much smaller than him. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, but but bottom line, Devin knew the risk. He still chose to go on with the fight. It's kind of like how when Ryan fought Tank, he agreed to all the Tank's terms with the catch rate, the hydration clause. So once you lose, don't complain like you were after the fact.
But that was still way beforehand. Like Ryan could have told him a week ago that he was going. Ryan could have told him from the gate, "I'm not going to make the weight." So it's really more deceptive. If let's say Tank had came in like the day before the fight, when the weigh-in happens, and said, "Oh yeah, we're going to slap a rehydration on you guys, sign it, or we're going to throw the fight away." And then that's the rest. That's not the same thing as we signed a contract 3 months out, and these are the terms. So it's like it's completely different. It's like we can't even, and it's not even about excuses. It just is an unfair advantage, and just because you still have the fight, because Devin ain't no quitter. He's not gonna that's what you want from a fighter. He's like, I don't give a damn, but I'm coming to fight, and it just took an L in the process.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry. Let me ask you guys this real quick. So, what if you had to put a number on it? What weight did you think Devin Haney came in as, and what weight do you think Ryan Garcia came in as? Because we've known Devin Haney to come in
166, but I think he came in a bit less than that. I think I would have thought he came in about 162. He looked a little smaller he didn't look fully hydrated, but maybe that's because Ryan looked so big, and there's no way that Ryan Garcia came in under or at the same. As soon as I called the fight, he looked like a light fucking heavyweight. Ryan looked about 170, no cap. No, there was no way he was 166. He was on his live saying, Devin was more than me at rehydration. No, he wasn't. Awesome. Well, maybe he was. Maybe his bone density is more than yours then. I don't know. But he looked big as hell. That's all I know. Ryan looked, didn't I say it, guys? I said Ryan looked about 170 in that ring. Easy. Remember, he didn't go all the way down to 140. He was at 143. He wasn't boiling down. So, he bloated from beer as well, or whatever.
He was ducking over in the shell and looked bigger than Devin. Devin looked like he was punching a heavyweight running over there trying to beat on him. He's like,
I was like, this dude looks hella big.
It's like his back. He just looked way bigger than him. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. No, he didn't.
You said that, Devin. But what do you say, Hakeem? Did he come in more than Ryan, or
as someone who raced at a specific weight to get the best out of my body and performance, that man at the very least was 172 at the very least.
That's all I was there.
He
light heavyweight 175.
And even in the fight, he was tired. That's why he was fighting in spurts. And I was like, even watching him, I was just like, he's tired here. I wonder if Devin Haney is but Devin Haney been listening to us too much, man. I think
he has.
Yeah.
It's also just like, man, if you're not a big puncher, like that's okay. Like do it. Like you don't have to be. You can win.
Alanaji. Even Sean Porter wasn't a big, massive puncher for the size that he was. He wasn't a one hitter quitter. There's lots of boxers that are not. Just do you, dude, and get the W.
Timing beats speed and superior skill.
Timing negates speed. Speed is supposed to negate power. It's supposed to. You've got to get out of the way quick enough. But like Hakeem said, and like I just saw Ryan. The rounds that Ryan didn't have the flurries, he lost.
Yes. He did, yeah.
I need to do a rewatch and point score. Yeah, we need to do a rewatch and point score.
I'll put it on the list. I'll put it on the list.
Yeah, did you? Thank you very much.
That's why the judge had the fight tied up. It was I had that 112 because he wasn't doing it. It was like I said, I was sitting there watching the fight, and I had some of the friends, or I was like literally looking at him. I'm like, this dude is conserving his energy. He's gonna come out through. Like it was so predictable. That's why I just didn't understand why the corner didn't make it. why Devin's dad like that. I'm not trying to put him. Maybe that he get caught up in the moment or something, but it's just like, bro, why aren't y'all making a judgment? It's so obvious what he's doing. It's like he can't. He's not dealing with now. The ref did throw him off when he was trying to throw the shots when he turned it. Like, bro, he's turning his back. But then after that, he didn't say nothing else. He kept telling Ryan, let him punch at you. But Ryan was sitting there ducking down, catching his breath, and coming up and just throwing combinations. And like I said, 3 knockdowns. If it wasn't for the point getting taken, I would have had him winning by like a point.
Hang on, you're going robotic.
Sorry, let me check.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, the follow up of KOK's point, maybe Ryan figured I think that first round he had was a revelation. Then afterwards he was like, okay, let me play possum for a few rounds because I already know I could get to him with my power and my speed, and I'll just explode when he doesn't expect it, and that's pretty much what he did. And when that happened, Devin he just couldn't handle it. Then it's a shame because if he had actually been in better condition and was really going for the gusto, I think he could have gotten his fight over with in maybe 3 to 4 rounds. I'm not even kidding.
I agree, man.
Damn, man. So are we all? So Kenny Ken Ryan, is he the face of boxing? Been a little quiet around there.
No, I don't think so. They're trying to make him. They're just capitalising on the fact that he won last week, and it just gives Oscar, more, more weight in his plan, making the face of boxing. He's got everything going for him. He's got the Spanish surname, he's got the Instagram followers, and he's got the wing.
So what was the PPV views amounts that they actually did? Was it in the million?
It was close. It was close.
800,000, 900.
Over 900.
900K. Okay. So that means Tank, you're not the face of boxing. So sit down.
It's all about numbers with Oscar.
Tank's next fight's doing 240 max, 200 max with Martin. Tell you, he's gonna
no more than 150.
He's gonna get a reality check. He's gonna get the stiffest reality check, boy. The stiffest check he's gonna get when he sees what his numbers are. I can't wait. You know what I mean? I can't wait to see that. Well. Yeah, you're not the face of boxing, mi hermano. You are not. Sorry.
Nope.
Yeah, you're
more
not.
Than 150 is hilarious, bro.
Yeah, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt of 240 because you get a bit of the Spence fans are going to come in. He may hit 3. He may hit 3 just because of that. He may hit 3 because of the residual Spence fans. They've got to root for something since their dude got mollywopped. Last year July. So I think they'll have the residual of that. Tank does tend to. He does average out at about 200, 240, and 200,000, 240K. Add that.
Anybody there?
Yeah, I think she froze.
Oh, I guess she froze on us.
I thought it was me.
I thought it was me.
I was like, wait, is that my
you froze for a minute on us.
No, I know. I can see. Look at me. You know why? Because this is what happens sometimes when you're in the hotels. The Wi-Fi, this has been perfect so far. Now it's trying to defraud me. Come on, stop. Okie dokes. So, all right, I want to get on to the next topic. We can all unanimously say that, Ryan's not the face of boxing. So, it's a repeat wrap up. Shiggity.
No, he's not.
Okie dokes. So, next on the docket, we want to cover the... Oh, yeah, can I just ask you this? Does this make the Duarte win better? Because you saw what Duarte stopped Jojo Diaz.
Oh, yeah, he did. Wow, yeah. I wasn't expecting that. I didn't know he was fighting Oscar Duarte on the undercard.
I didn't either. Okay. What round did he stop it in? Because it was round 1. Was it the first round?
No, it was the 8th round, I believe. It was the 8th round.
Because I turned it over and it was a stoppage. I was like, this can't be a first round stoppage, surely. 8th round, round 8 stoppage. Yeah, I saw okay. So Jojo Diaz has never been stopped in his whole entire career.
Nope. But to be fair, he's been in a lot of wars. He has.
Chinning was
He's been a lot of tough
yeah.
fights, so maybe it probably just finally took its toll on him with this time.
Shouts
around.
out to him.
So,
He was like, "I'm
yeah.
still not quitting." We're like,
Yeah.
"Are you sure?"
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, because he went the distance with Williams Apeta, man, of all people.
Yeah, I know.
Stopped. You know
That man's
Yeah,
cutting
he
is
got a chin.
man.
He got a chin. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's got a chin.
yeah.
So I mean, for it to everybody's chin eventually cracks anyway. You know, that's what I always say. You know what I mean? Just because someone's got a chin, how long is that chin going to stand up for? Everybody's got their day. You know what I mean? So, but shouts out to him. But I just wanted to ask if that Duarte victory that Ryan had, does it make it look better? Because I know people were like, "Oh well, who's Oscar Duarte?"
I don't think so.
Didn't they fight at 140 like catch weight, right?
Yeah. AJ's having none of it. No, I don't think so. No.
Hate it.
Because I've seen all of JoJo's wars, and it's like this time, like Oscar.
That was catch weight.
Yeah. This time, Oscar just managed to crack, and like he's and he came in over like 140 in this.
What was Duarte catch weight? It was 143, wasn't it? With Ryan.
It was
143. That dreaded 143 again.
But so did JoJo come over 140 in this fight too, or no?
I think he did.
Okay, yeah. He's not in that yet. Yeah. He's smaller. He's fought a lightweight.
He came in. Yeah.
So.
If my memory serves me correct, I think he came over. It was already. I think Golden Boy had seemed like they're the catchweight kings at the minute. They've had a lot of fights that are. So you had Marlon Esparza. She missed weight too. Lost all her titles on the fucking scale as well,
and lost the fight.
Wow,
yeah, I didn't see that coming.
I know. That was a great fight though. That was a good fight. It was a good fight.
I gotta watch the both. I still haven't seen either one.
I'm glad Marlon Esparza lost because I see her be getting gifted upon gifted. I see her back-to-back gifts. So it's all right now. She thought she was going to get gifted on this one. No, it wasn't. What I want to talk about also, okay, so we did the Oscar Duarte. So also, what was the co-main of, okay, so we've got Ortiz versus DULORME. I always want to keep saying Richard. Your name's Thomas DULORME. Listen, what do you guys think? What does this? Let's start with this.
Round 1, fight.
Okay.
Could I go first? I'll keep it short.
Go ahead. You go.
Well, I decided to skip most of this card anyway, especially the main, because I knew the results. I figured that Ortiz would stop DULORME in probably 2 to 3 rounds. Credit, he got him out in 1, but I figured this fight. I knew this fight was pretty much a gimme or a tune-up as soon as I first saw it. It's like I'm not even interested. I said he's gonna stop DULORME probably in like the first, like I said, the first 2 to 3 rounds. And Jose Ramirez is going to beat Rancis Barthelemy. He looked absolutely terrible in that fight early on. He actually got hurt by Barthelemy and dropped.
And they didn't score it a knockdown.
No,
they tried to knock.
Jack Reese, come on, man. You got
Jack
to do better
Reese,
than that,
come
bud,
on,
bro.
friend of the show, and you did
You got to
that,
do
bro.
better than that, bro. That was a knockdown.
But Jack was on the other side.
Yeah.
I don't think he saw.
With Barthelemy messed up, he actually hit Ramirez a lot of times when he was down. Which was, I'm like, what the hell are you? What the hell are you doing, dude?
Yeah, you your shit. I thought he was there. That was going above and beyond. Listen, because he fought. Barthelemy fought. He was switch hitting, wasn't he? So he's a natural. Obviously, he's a southpaw, but he was switch hitting, and he never had any success every time he fought in the orthodox stance. And then you go back to southpaw, and then the backhand, boom. Even when he was with the orthodox jab, seemed to bother. It seemed to bother Ramirez a bit more because that was his actual power hand. But then when he was in the southpaw stance and he was coming in with the backhand, listen, that found Ramirez every single.
He was a sucker for that counter left hand every time, man. It was like, bro, like what are you, dude, what the heck? See, this is why I said I never rated Jose Ramirez. I don't.
I was big on him.
Yeah, I never was high on him at all. I mean, I said Regis would beat him if he fought him. I was
one-dimensional. I think, I think he was pretty much a one-dimensional fighter, in my opinion. Doesn't adjust.
Yep.
Never see any adjustments.
You see, now we see why he didn't enter the World Boxing Super Series. He'd have lost that tournament. Somebody would have got him.
But I thought after the Josh Taylor win, he would have went up to 47. Listen, at 140, you're done, son.
He's done nothing.
You've got nothing left. You had no mustard on your shots either. Yeah. Go ahead, Hakeem. You watched the fight, right?
Wasn't there a round? I can't remember what it was. Maybe it was that. But there was a round where Barthelemy was just letting his hands go, and Ramirez was on the ropes, and the ref stopped the round with like 15 seconds to go.
Yes.
And that's when I turned it off. I'm like, I don't want to see this. Like, what
he's like, yeah, get the hell out of here. Yeah.
It would have been tough for Barthelemy to get the win, especially with Ramirez just coming on to signing with Golden Boy and how they were building him up a little bit. And that's another thing too. Like, I never really. Did you guys see promotion for this fight? I didn't really see anything.
Nada.
No, zero. Nothing.
So I was like, wait a minute, what's happening? And so I don't know. I was never really a big fan of Ramirez. I do think he's got skill, obviously. But you know, strange things happen in boxing, man. And I also think when it comes to Virgil Ortiz, honestly, I want to see Virgil Ortiz go some rounds. That's all I want to see in this fight. I was expecting him to stop DULORME, but I wanted to see him go into some rounds. So
I gave it maybe up to 3 rounds. Yeah,
I was thinking, you hope, especially in his past couple of fights, it's only
he stopped in the first round.
I mean, Keith, you saw what Boots did to DULORME a couple years ago, right?
Yeah.
Based off that alone, I just knew he wouldn't. He probably wouldn't get. He wouldn't last long.
I just want to.
If you want to put him, if you want him to get your fighter to get rounds in, put him in with someone that's
with a quality opponent who's going to give him rounds.
It's just someone that's durable. He don't even have to be the best. Just someone that's durable, got a chin, and it's going to give you rounds. You did 1.5 rounds in like 18 months.
So we actually don't know what he has improved in yet. No. And then he's going to step into the ring to fight Tim
Tszyu.
Good luck. Fight.
Oh, yeah, he's going to get his test for that fight. He's going to be tested.
I like that fight. And I think Virgil Ortiz is as tough as they come. But
me too.
Man, that's a different – man, that's a –
You're not acclimated. You're not acclimated to the weight. You're not acclimated. You've only had 1.5 rounds. Tim Tszyu's fought the better level of opposition.
Up there at the weight.
It's
and even though Tim Tszyu lost the fight, and I'd love to hear you guys' opinion on this, his stock didn't drop for me. I mean, that man was fighting with blood coming down his face. Like
he showed a lot of heart continue when he did. He did. Yep.
I blame bloody PBC for keeping him in that.
That going into the ring with Virgil Ortiz, who, we don't even know what his condition is like going after the fight.
Listen. He hasn't even made the junior middleweight limit. He's another catchweight. He come over as well. He came over the last fight. So, mate, just forget 154. Just move your ass to 160. How about that?
And he
will after Tim beats him. So
you're gonna have to. You're not.
I actually like that fight. I like that fight.
Yeah, but for that fight to mean anything. And it's the title. You've got to be at 154. So far, we've seen you twice not able to make 154. So I'm worried.
Yeah.
And I've seen him have this rhabdo thing back to back to back, and the fight gets pulled within like 10 days and stuff like that. And so I'm of the sound mind of that. I don't know if that fight actually does happen, because if they're trying to save him from boiling down, well, then if you're trying to save him from boiling down, maybe just get him up to 160 and forget 54. You want him to be the big guy in the little pond. I get it, I got it. But at the extent of what? Your health.
Yeah.
Maybe you just might not be. Unfortunately, maybe boxing might not just be even for you. If this thing is going to be following you around. Ortiz
is starting to strike me as probably, keeping it real, probably like the most overrated fighter in boxing right now. He hasn't accomplished anything. I haven't seen him fight any significant fight. It's like, bro, it's like the Stan Jonas fight that got put off over and over again. That was your signature fight, and now you're trying to jump in.
I wanted to see that.
I'm not even gonna give you no fucking props for knocking out DULORME, bro. I seen this dude get knocked out multiple.
We all knew that was gonna happen.
I seen a decade ago.
We knew he was gonna get stopped.
Knock this dude out,
years back.
You telling me that you talking about there's no soft hand 154 pounders that you could have brought in there that would have gave you some rounds and you could have got I wanted you talking about power. Well, what happens when your power don't deliver? And Tim Tszyu is don't get it twisted. He hits hard and he has a chin.
You could even have drawn for a little beefy Smith. Leon Beefy
Boom,
and
boom,
did a
but that's
catch
part-
weight
oh, yes,
and
boom.
did a little catch weight
Yes.
at, 156 because he was 154 he fight at 160, but I'm sure he could have catch weight at 156 and he would have gave you the rounds. You would have knocked him out in the end. Yeah, you would have, but he would have gave you rounds. What's your tape doing?
Yeah,
Do
I
you know
don't
what I
like
mean?
that, man.
We're about to see if he's more like in this fight coming. Like I said, I didn't think the way they hyped it up, like, man, and then DULORME hit him with the bite. I'm like, bro, like, okay, of course we know that's going to happen. Like, what, like, like, come on, did we really think this was going to go? Like, I watched it, like, so, just real quick on the Barthelemy. I watched that because I just know that way that dude fight that something strange was going to happen. So,
and it did. It did.
It always does. Like I said, Ramirez is another overrated dude. Like, you can't be a pressure fighter with a watery chin, kind of like minimum punch resistant. It's like, bro, it's just not. That's the end. Like, then on top of that, no head movement. Like, bro, that's not like. You don't want to go to 147 because you will literally be getting knocked out in the 5th, 4th round of every fight. So it's like this. Keep on down there acting like you're going to come back on something. You're about to sit on the shelf for another year because they're not going. It's not. I don't even see what the value is him even doing anything.
But you know one thing I didn't notice. I pulled up the highlights of the Ramirez Barthelemy fight. Francis Barthelemy is 38 years old.
Yeah,
I thought he was 40,
bro.
Yeah, he's 38.
Right?
And he
doing a guy
flailed.
like that is giving you problems. Like
He's 7 years. Look, and he looked like he was a good. I knew that fool. He reminds me of I can't think of who that 160 pound, but that African dude. But he kind of got an awkward ass style, and it's just hard to deal with, man. And it's just every time it's going to
pure
be a problem.
Pure boxer, isn't he? I mean,
he's Cuban too, so he's probably 43 or 42. So,
yeah.
So
if he was still like if he was 33 or something, he would have knocked Ramirez out, bro. Like he just
absolutely.
Yep.
It's like embarrassing.
I was shocked. I was shocked at the power that he actually did have. I was like, yeah, but he was just too economical, man. He just weren't throwing enough. That he would shell up, and then you saw by the time you saw Ramirez try, break distance and just the volume of that Ramirez. They didn't have any mustard on his shots, but they were still point scoring shots. The dude's throwing like five punches in the round. Like, that's where you're too old now. Yeah, I was like,
they
could have got him out of there, but he not good finisher.
Barthelemy was a 130 pounder at one point, man. That's crazy.
For real.
For real.
So like, when you see the scorecards, they literally gave like, I'm like, bro, you guys couldn't get this dude like 2 judges gave him like,
yeah, they
like, I'm like, bro, like, what fights y'all watching? I know he didn't do a lot of work, but he threw damage in some of them. It's like, come on, man.
Okay. You saw what they did. You saw what they did with what's his face, Arnold Barboza last week. Well, we shouldn't expect anything less.
McClone,
the biggest win of his career.
Yeah.
How Golden Boy is slowly going on the radar of having the most fucking like crooked scorecards in the game. It's just like maybe just because the fighters they do it to, they make sure like the McCombs and stuff that nobody over here.
No one knows about these guys.
That was sad. I didn't even know about him, mate. And I was like, oh God. Let's address what Country's just saying. Just on the flip side, real quick. Frank's Country, let's do this. Really? Country, thank you for dropping that $2 on your girl. So, Junior Farr retired from boxing. Tuned in. Did he?
Oh, let me look that up. Let me see. Hold on.
Okay, Farr. He said deuces. Hang on, when was his last fight? He just come off a loss, right?
He got stopped by Frank Sanchez. Frank Sanchez.
Stopped by Frank Sanchez. Joseph Parker beat his ass as well.
Yep.
I
think he was he was just about to do
I thought he was coming up and like he was the guy that they was all touting. They was touting him.
Somebody else. He was about to fight another like he was coming up. I think he was about to take another fight. If I'm
He's New Zealander, right? They was touting that. Jeez, okay.
It's true, yeah. Yes, sir.
Yes. No, I think we got beat by Lucas Brown. Was it Lucas Brown that beat him?
Junior Farr.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did it right. Yes,
Yeah,
he got knocked out.
after-
I remember that.
After he fought
come
Joe
in,
Parker,
yeah,
right?
Yeah,
Joe
when he got
Parker,
knocked out
yeah.
Lucas Brown, it was a wrap.
Yeah.
Like, Lucas
Yeah.
Brown was ancient at that time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was sad. That was sad, man.
Yeah, I know it was
Lucas
over there.
Brown's
Like,
still
yo,
in-
Lucas
Yeah.
Brown is a
How old's
layup
Lucas
fight. You
Brown?
got beat by him. It's
Lucas Brown is like in his
Lucas
early
Brown
40s.
44, 43.
Yeah, like early mid 40s. Yeah, mid 40s by now at least.
I remember they said you can't even make this fight. There's a fight that they said you ain't fighting. Daniel
Yeah,
Dubois,
it
they
was
pulled
gonna
him
be
out. They said,
cruelty.
look, he's too old. Yeah.
He went there
Okay.
and put bricks on him.
Damn. Okay. Yeah. Wow. I can't believe it. Okay. Well, that's
Yeah, he did retire. He did. It's true. I looked it up. He did.
Jeez. He just said, what was his reason? I just don't get it.
No, he said he doesn't want to hurt you.
He's probably tired of getting knocked out.
Yeah, dude, you're getting knocked out for real.
On the contrary, he says no. He said he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to hurt anyone anymore.
Okay, that's because you can't. That's because you can't.
He wouldn't hurt people anymore.
See ya.
I think it's because he doesn't want to get hurt. That's
Yeah, that as well.
I think
Oh,
it's
he's
really that.
humanitarian. Okay.
Yeah, you're being kind to yourself. It's all good.
More trees in New Zealand. Yeah, one place in the world where you need more trees. Go ahead.
Yeah. That's crazy. Come on, Mister. All right. You won't be missed because we barely saw you, and when we did, you was getting stretched. But we're a bit more brutal here, Hakeem. Sorry, my bad.
that tends to happen.
We stay
Y'all are
brutal.
hilarious. Well,
We're a little bit brutal. We're a bit brutal.
Canelo boy, he's a hell of a fighter, man.
Brutality. No, I won't even play all of the memes that I've got. It's sickening. So moving on, because we are here and I want to have this wrapped in about 15 minutes. So we just got I know it's a bit of short, but I'm not in my normal place. And, you got the people like, they love me, but they're like, yeah, we want to go home. I'm in a lobby. I'm in like the hotel bit and they've been so really nice. Everybody's cleared off and let me do my own thing. So next, who do we just cover? We just covered everybody. Okay. So we did Diaz. We did Ramirez. We did Ortiz. That was the card. No. We did. Who else was? What else has happened in the week in the sport? Anthony Joshua said that he's going to be fighting one of these lads.
Or something like that, right?
The winner of Usyk Fury.
To this day. Come to do what I do best, that's at sight to give the fans what they want to see, At the end of the day, no one wants to see a 12-round fight. It's a whole bunch of heavyweights up here, and we're the hard hitters. And at the end of
Hate it.
Okay, yeah. That last one always cracks me up. No one wants to see anyone go 12 rounds, and he goes 12 rounds straight off of the bat of that and doesn't win a damn round. But, shouts out, let's go, baby Lynn.
Let's go, baby! Let's go!
We're back in the winners bracket over here. So, who do you guys think realistically that Anthony Joshua? I'm going to go around the panel. Anthony Joshua should fight. So we've got Zhang, we've got Dubois, we've got who else? Zhang, Dubois, Ergovich, and Wilder. So, Akeem, let's go.
I think it depends who wins. A couple scenarios, I think, man. I think if Usyk wins, Anthony Joshua don't want that fight 3 times, no matter what he says. But if Tyson Fury wins, I mean, that's a massive fight, especially over in the UK, and that fight's going to do numbers. But I also could see him fighting the winner of Deontay Wilder or Zhang. Maybe the rematch with Parker, but I don't know if that one happens. I'm gonna say the winner more of Deontay Wilder or Zhang. I could see him fight next. But again, if Usyk beats Tyson Fury, is going to go a much different route. So I'm going to say, to answer the question, the winner of Deontay Wilder and Zhang, I think that's who he's going to fight next.
Okay. I like that. If I had my soundboard, I promise you I'd have gave you a round of applause and continuous like I do everybody. I do when I do have my thing, but hell with it. Come on, let's just. I gotta give you a round. I give everybody a round of applause for their breakdown. So let's not use that excuse, Shang. Let's do it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Kenny Ken. Now, who would you like to see Anthony Joshua face? Zhang, Zhili Zhang, Deontay Wilder, who else was there again? Ergovich and Dubois.
That's a very good question because, if after Usyk and Tyson Fury fight, does Usyk lose one of the belts?
The IBF was going to be off after this fight, so it's vacated after.
Yeah, so if he loses the IBF, the next cabinet rank, isn't it Filip Hrgović?
Hrgović, that's indeed, but we don't know if Daniel Dubois is going to. Is it going to be title eliminator?
Right.
Is it going to be an eliminator or a title fight? I don't know. I don't know how they're doing.
Either way, if it's a chance of AJ getting a belt, I want AJ to fight Hrgović. For simple reasons that the end of the day, AJ's made enough money. He's put enough bums in the seats. He's had enough pay-per-view fights, and this probably is going to be pay-per-view as well. I understand that we probably get more numbers if he fights Deontay Wilder, but if he's going to go into a fight with the winner of Tyson Fury and Usyk, British fans hope it's Tyson Fury, wouldn't it be nice if AJ went in there with a belt?
Yep. It would be perfecto because then he would be the 3-time heavyweight champion of the Wizard World. Thank you, Kenny Ken, for that breakdown. Now we're going to go to AJ all day. Let's go.
I think it depends on who wins these fights. Personally, if I had it, well, if Usyk wins, if he beats Fury, I don't really want to see that 3 times. But then if Deontay Wilder wins, he beats Zhang, then yeah, I'd like to see that. So, but then again, if Tyson Fury wins, I want to see that too. So honestly, it's a toss-up for me to how these fights play out and win. So I can't really give an answer at the moment. But if Deontay Wilder won, I would want him to do that. But also, if Fury won, I want him to do that. So it's either one of those two I'd be satisfied with.
Okay, so let's have King of King in the booty.
Yeah, I kind of I feel the same thing. Like I want the matchup to be the winner circle. Like I said, the only winner fight that we wouldn't want to see is Usyk, which I don't necessarily know if it would be like. I don't know how it's going to happen. Like I said, Tyson Fury wins that fight. I definitely would, like I said, I would want to see him fight him. Like say have a massive showdown. That would be like the end of an era type of thing. Or, like I said, if whoever wins between Zhang and Wilder, dust one of them off. And I get the only reason that I say Hrgović off, Hrgović is like he said, if there is a title in there, it just seems like he got a lot of options. But whoever he's gonna fight is gonna be hot. It's going to come off a good victory. And like I said, the only winner that I see not happening is the Usyk fight.
I'm going to say for my little 2 pence, but it's only my show, isn't it? But I guess, do you guys want to hear what I got to say? I'm just here to see him to be the 3-time champion again. And for me, I always thought that was, listen, if you're going to put all of there's a lot of moving parts at the minute. So if you're going to put, Wilder here, Fury here, you never know what them 2 cats are doing, first and foremost, from one day to the next. So, I won't base my plan of my career based on those 2 cats, because every time I have, it's failed. So what I'm going to do is going to go to do the route, the IBF route. And I would think the winner of Dubois and Hrgović. Now, somebody tell me, so when Dubois fights Hrgović, is it for the actual belt or is it for a position? It's for the belt. So somebody's going to be the IBF champion.
No, it's not for the belt. It's not for the belt.
So it's an interim.
I don't know if it's an interim, but I gotta look that up.
Because it's going to be vacated.
Yeah.
After the first Fury Usyk fight, so it's not up for the rematch. So it's going to be vacated. So, but then they're going to fight. Okay, no. Somebody's going to be the champion because Anthony Joshua is going to be the IBF interim champ. So then he fights whoever wins that belt. I'm sure, because it vacates after Fury fights. So then it vacates after Fury fights, right? So therefore, Dubois and Ergovic fight after that. They're fighting in June, right? Fury's fighting in May. So it gets vacated straight after that fight, whoever's undisputed. Then I would say it's vacated. Why would it be anything less than Dubois and Ergovic fighting not for the entire title? Let's see.
Isn't Ergovic the rank? Is he ranked? Because he's an
Ergovic is number one. He's
been a mandatory for a while.
He's been a mandatory for years. Where people they've gone down the list and they've said no, thank you.
A bit like my mate Dylan White did WBC in it.
Oh God, listen. Let's just talk about that cat. Let sleeping dogs lie.
Yeah, Chad, I'm not sure if the interim title.
Kenny loves his Dillian White. Don't worry, there is a show that we've got that we will talk about him, because I did see some bits of him wanting to become another champ again. I'm sure it's going to be vacated and they're going to be fighting for that belt, and then someone out of the two of them, Dubois, Ergovic, is definitely going to be the champion. Anthony Joshua's just behind that, and then he moves up to fight the
winner.
No.
I mean,
then he beats either Dubois or he beats Ergovic or whoever you would assume he beats them. You never know. And if he beats them, and then he's got. Oh God! So the winner of the undisputed first fight has 3 of the major belts, and then Anthony Joshua has 1. So therefore, that's where the unification happens for the undisputed. That's what I led to believe. So I'm just down with whatever gets into there. You know what I mean? We should have to be playing like this is A to Z. Like it's like we've got a map.
Yeah, Chad, as of now, there's no record of whether there's an interim title on the line for the Dubois Hergovic fight. But I'm sure we'll probably find out in a week's coming.
Yeah, as it gets closer.
Yeah. I mean, but I think Joshua also stated that Turki Al-Sheikh wants him to be back in September. He said he wants him to fight the winner of Zhang Wilder or Hergovic Dubois on one of those days. So
okay, and then
sorry,
go ahead, Ken.
Do you guys actually want to see Dubois fight Joshua? Does that sell? Okay.
I mean, in the UK, it does. It's going to be a quick fight.
I'll still watch. It's a mismatch, but I'll still watch it.
But wouldn't that be after a win off Hergovic? So I guess that makes it legit.
He does beat Hergovic. Yeah.
Why isn't it? If he beats Hergovic, the stock's high. So maybe I'm being hard.
I mean, it's still a mismatch, even if he beats Ergovic. Ergovic hasn't looked great last few fights. Let's have that right. He has not.
I got Joshua beating them both.
11 years ago, we fought George Groves and Cole Froch should be a mismatch, and we've got 2 classic fights.
Yeah, that's true. And you got Ward Gay as well. Mm-hmm. You know, people said that was not supposed to be the most fairest. We got a trilogy, but it's whatever. But I just do think that Daniel Dubois isn't as good as I think Daniel Dubois is AJ 2.0, the Queensbury wannabe version. In my opinion, Frank was like, we're gonna try and get our So that's Ergovic. Ergovic, they knocked out Daniel Dubois in sparring. It's just sparring. I know there's people that get knocked out in sparring and they beat people when they're in the real fight. So I'm not trying to put too much stock on that. But I just don't trust Daniel's chin from the Lorena. Listen, your chin's not good, mi hermano. It's not. Your chin is not good, and I don't think your heart is good either. And even with the Usyk fight, he still quit. I don't care. Low blow, no blow, ho blow, show blow, who care blow. Like you quit in the end. You did. You looked over and then with the Jarrell Miller, you looked over your dad because you were just about to quit, and your dad said, "You better fucking." That's what his dad said, and then he was like, "Oh, okay, let me get this dude out." But he was going to quit in that fight too.
Did he quit against Joe
you quit against Joe
stops them both. AJ stops them both. I don't. I'd watch the fight if that was the case, because I think we all would watch it, but you never want to say anything is on
definitive.
Anything can happen, right? And the right punch changes anything. But AJ beats them both to me.
I know, I've got the wrong thing on. Sorry, I got everything. And just for the last thing, just to quickly go around as we wrap up, I just like your predictions. Where was my banner? Oh, sorry, my bad. I had the wrong thing on. prediction for Canelo Munguia. Let's start with Hakeem. Let's go.
No, I actually like that fight when it was announced because I'm not hung up on the fact that we're gonna see Canelo Benavidez moving up to 175. Probably not gonna see that anytime soon. But what I will say is, Munguia is gonna make Canelo fight, man, because that man does a lot of wrong things, but that man wants to fight, and I respect that about Munguia. But it's also the other part too is his defense is terrible and he gets hit too often. But he is going to make Canelo fight. And I think we're going to see, well, I'm hoping, obviously we're speculating, but hoping that we see a better version of Canelo, a more aggressive Canelo, and not the Canelo that's just one shot at a time, just depending on the power. But I think Munguia is going to make him fight. But I think Munguia gets hit too often, too cleanly. I don't know if he can cover up well enough to handle some of the body shots that he's going to be getting from Canelo. If his defense was a little bit better, like even slightly a little bit better, I would have maybe favored him. But I think he's going to get stopped. I think it's going to be to the body. I don't think he's going to get stopped to the head or a headshot, but I think the body work is going to be his demise. So I got Canelo by stoppage.
What would you like to state a specific round or two? Come on, Huck. Go out on your limb.
8 to 12. I'm going to say somewhere 8 to 12.
8 to 12. Okie dokes. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Kenny Ken, let me get your prediction, please.
Canelo, I still think that, he's still got the skills. He's still got the power. I'm going to go for a round 9 stoppage.
Canelo, round Santo 9. Okay. Now we have AJLJ. Go ahead.
Same Canelo stoppage, most likely late. I'm not confident in that, by the way.
Give me a round. Give me a couple rounds, like whatever. What start with? You can give me one specific round or whatever.
I'm gonna call rounds 10 or 11. That's what I'm gonna say.
Round 10, 11.
But I'm not confident in that, by the way, because Canelo has been going the distance a lot in recent years. So
he has done. He has done.
So if I go the distance, who knows? But yeah, just Canelo by stoppage, rounds 10, 11. That's what I'll say.
Okay.
All right, we'll call it. Munguia about to be the noob. No, I'm just playing. Nah.
And the noob.
I wanted to do it just to go off, but like I said, man, Munguia's lack of. It's like
it's bad, bro.
Because he's young and he's tough, he's gonna bring the heat. But his lack of defense is like Canelo by nature is a counterpuncher, and he's a little irritated that he's getting some blowback that Munguia might get some favoritism in the home front. So I think it's something that he puts a lot of work in. He stops him in like the 10th round.
Okay, dokes. That 10th round for you. 10th round turn. Me. I've got Canelo winning. But I don't know if it's going to be a stoppage. I thought it might be. Jaime, we've seen him in trouble with lesser punches. Who did we see him get?
Sergey Derevyanchenko.
Derevyanchenko.
No power.
Lord Jesus. And that makes me think, wow, okay, you do. He rolls with the shots. He does. He's defensively irresponsible. He is, but he has looked better under Senor Roach. Give him that. So I'm going to give him a little bit of leeway here, and I'm just going to say he's going to lose unanimously on a points decision. Canelo wins UD.
Sorry, before we finish up, something that came to mind, and just real quick, your guys' thoughts. I think the only way Munguia wins this fight is by stoppage. You're not winning a points decision.
You're not winning. No. It's Canelo.
We saw Bivol and Canelo. On paper, it was
not close. Fight. That fight was not close.
And you see what them judges did the first 4 rounds with that Mark start. Them judges are foul, man. Them judges are foul.
You always have to give a fighter a shot because in boxing anything can happen. But Munguia has to stop Canelo. There's no way he's gonna get a decision victory.
Yeah. Yeah.
Canelo's got what?
Hey, get the fuck out of here because I'm gonna fuck you out right now, motherfucker.
Beer pinch. Yeah. Listen, that's right. You're gonna have to see Canelo get stretched out, and that will be on Cinco de Mayo. And people will be like, "Yo!" Because remember what happened the last Cinco de Mayo for him, Bivol.
Yeah,
fucked him all the way up. Yeah, yeah, you got fucked all the way up. So I expect Canelo to be the victor in this. UD, I don't see how it's going to be a split decision. A majority decision. I don't. But I can see that Canelo could stop Jaime. And it could be with shots to the dome and then just complete with a body shot. Because Jaime gets flustered with a and then boom. Because he's going to be too busy up here trying to and then Canelo, Canelo does them shots where he makes it look like he's coming in straight and then he comes and he swerves it with a hook. Yeah, he's going to do some shit like that. Jaime's going to be so out of his depth because this is experience versus, how old is Jaime? 26, 27. Yeah, I mean, they're 8 miles apart in age. That's the weirdest thing. But the experience level, with him being since he's 15, it's good. He knows too many things. He's forgotten more things about boxing than Jaime even knows at this point for Canelo. So, yeah, he's going to pull out all the stops. He's going to want to make it look amazing. And I think Canelo may go for the stoppage. But in my opinion, Canelo's a little bit on the slide himself. So I don't know if he can stop Jaime. So I'm just going to be comfortable with a points win, unanimous decision. Okay.
And hopefully the moment isn't too big for Munguia, man. Because
I don't think so.
I hope not. People, because we've seen people go in there with Canelo and they move totally different. So I don't think it will be
Jamel.
Jamel. Hate it.
I got nothing else. That was the best way to end it, man. You're right about that, bro.
Yeah. Let's see. I can't wait to watch. I'm not sure why it's not letting you type in the chat, but I'm going to link your channel in the description because I don't know what they're trying to hate on us. Like I wanted to rent you up, but I'll have to do it from the. I'll do it from the. Also, leave a comment because now you can moderate people from the comment sections. From the actual comment sections when the live's over. Under people's videos. Under your videos, you can actually make people moderators on there as well. Okay. So I need to make you a moderator first and foremost. I wanted you to be able to have the link. I posted it, but tell me, guys, does it highlight when I post up the link? Here it is of Hakeem's. Here we go. Tell me, does it highlight when I do it? Tell me, guys, is it highlight? Because this is what you type from the.
Yep, I see it.
Does it highlight? Yeah?
I see it.
Okay, guys, well, you can see what I've put in the chat. If you want to go over and check out Hakeem's breakdown with Hakeem, please please subscribe, like, share, comment. He's really great at the breakdowns. He's got a great boxing mind. And hopefully we see him again on the channel for sure.
Yeah, this has been fun, man. I appreciate it, but also everybody, man. It's been fun, man. You guys are hilarious, man.
We've been crazy over here.
Likewise, sir. Thanks for coming down, man. You got to come back.
Oh, absolutely,
you gotta be crazy. You gotta be crazy. You gotta be crazy to be over here, hanging out with a bird with red hair. Come on, let's get that right. You gotta be all the way crazy here. You can't be normal here. But yeah, I love your channel. I love your work, and usually I want you to come back on when I'm at home and I've got all my butters and bells and whistles, and we can go in. Maybe we'll come in. Maybe if you can, maybe for the next week, if you want to, just to talk about how the Canelo and Munguia fight went. If you can make that, that's cool. If you can't, it's cool. I'm sure we'll do another day. But yeah, I'd like to see you again. So just keep me in the loop anyway and let me know what you can do and what you can't do. When do you go live and let people know about you? When you go live?
I usually go live Mondays at 4:30 before this. But today was a little bit different, but usually there. But again, I'd love to come back, love to catch up with you guys and talk the fight, man. We can talk about that a little bit later. But
Yeah.
I'm glad that we're actually able to do this. And again, last year we tried.
We tried.
I'm glad that we're actually able to do it, man.
We did it.
I appreciate everybody's perspective and opinions, man. I'm always love hearing about other people's perspective and how they look at certain things, because if we could all have a conversation with some of these refs and see what they're thinking,
oh God,
we'd be able to move the sport a little bit better.
Yeah, Tony Weeks. Leave us alone. Yeah. We need to talk to these refs and these refs, the judges. Yeah, and sometimes even a promoter or two. But hey ho, it's the sport that we love. So we're in it, and not all the time we win it, but we're here and we love it. So I want to thank. I'll let everybody fall off. Kenny Ken, if you got your last thoughts and words, me English compadre.
I'd tell you one thing, like that next May, from next month onwards, and from next week, you're going to have a feast of boxing. You're going to see fights that like you got the undisputed. A week after that, you got the revenge fight between Taylor and Catterall. Then June the 1st, you've got Dietloir, the captain in Matchroom against Queensbury. Boxing fans have got no complaints. And, I know there's going to be a few representatives from the US of A as well. So, our cousins, the Atlantic, will have a few fights that are interesting as well.
Yeah, we've got a great schedule.
When you say about the Saudis, that's where the money is. You've got to go where the dough is.
You got to go where the dough is.
Payday. You want payday. I know that.
This is true. So, guys, I want to thank you, AJ, for coming through. You want to say anything? Last thoughts and words? And King after that, last thoughts and words? AJ, let's go.
Always a pleasure. Hakeem, good to meet you, sir. Thanks for rolling through. Kenny Ken, KOK, Lady Chan. Always have fun here, man. You know what it is. Can't wait to the big fight this weekend. Should be a good event.
It's going to be crazy live. Thank you so much for joining the panel, AJ, as always. KOK as well for joining the panel. Last thoughts and words, please.
Hey, it's all good. And ain't you fighting this weekend?
Anyway, it's fine.
Yeah, he's fighting this weekend too, man. So this all kind of fights. Bro.
Oh yeah, when is that? Yeah, I gotta look that up.
It's on May 6th. It's gonna be, I think it's on ESPN.
That's gonna. Who's he fighting?
Louis
Neri.
Yeah,
Neri.
Right. Oh, that's next week. That's on Monday morning. They're right on Monday morning.
Yeah, they do weekdays. Yeah, they do weekdays. Okay, so we've got a lot of boxing to catch. Any last other words and thoughts, KK?
That's all good, man. Boxing is good. Life is better. Peace out.
Peace out, guys. You guys can all drop off while I close off the show. Thank you very much.
By the way, I came my sub be channel too, man. So
man, I got you, bro. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you very much. Everybody,
bro. Have a good rest of your night, everybody.
See you later. Bye, guys.
See ya.
Bye, Kenny Ken. Love you, Ken.
Thank
you. See you next week. See you next week. Bye, babe. Bye, love. See ya.
Bye.
Thank you. Okay, I want to thank everybody. I got to get out of here, so I can't even. I'm just going to shout out all my members only, guys and people, because I got to get to shifting. We're here to tell truth, the whole truth, number.
Colonel Jessup, did you order the code red?
You don't have to answer that question.
I'll answer the question. You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Knowledge is work. Knowledge is key. So for going now, so for going.
So if it one, not for that see nothing because nothing I got one. Lock off your eyes, cock me, make you cock.
Them not like me, we not like them.
Them not like me, some me not like them. Man, I figure set this straight and clarify. Put fire upon a pagan, aim for the cranium. Turn off the news, it's a Bible lies. Worst raised man, wanna inform up, fun Babylon and every one of them dirty guys. And if they wanna go around the order, I guarantee somebody's dropping flight.
We're here to deal with stats, facts, and data.
I have opinions just like anyone else. You got opinions. But unlike what you're doing is I bring facts, data, statistics, things you can go look up yourself.
Ok, recuerden, mi gente del mundo, mi gente de boxeo, estoy lista para ti, para todos, siempre, ya tú sabes.
Listos para los chingazos. Listos para los chingazos.
That's where I am. That bitch always will be that bitch. You know, I signed up, I got the position, and you have to accept it. I am this female Spengali.
It's hype, you suck at life, you don't want a round three. Worship the queen and your mic to pass. Keep it real, these chicks couldn't wipe my anyway, style, let's go get Ferrari. I am the ultimate Bengali. These chickens can't even spell that. You hoes fucking repel that.
Just to remind you, it's the Riki rap of Shiggity Shiggity Where. I want to thank Breakdown with Hakeem. I want to thank AJ All Day. I want to thank Kenny Ken. I want to thank KOK. And I want to thank all you guys that are in the chat rocking with the little old me. Always a pleasure to rock with y'all. And thanks for rocking with me. And I'm getting out of here. I shall see you in the next few days. We got a major weekend of boxing, haven't we? So I shall be live, you know, not getting any sleep as usual. Usual para mí, siempre. Anyway, I'm gone. Hey girls, Lady Shan, no less. Come on, Shan. Gan ra. Lady Shan has left the Buddhism. You lot have been amazing. Thank you to all the panel members and all of the chat. Gan ra. Lady Shan. Fight.